My name is Rachel Orr. I'm the interim director for MU Connect, and I'll let Sam go next and introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sam, and I am the Student Success Initiatives Coordinator on campus.
And Danladi.
Hello, my name is Danladi. I'm the graduate assistant in the MU Connect office.
Wonderful. Well, again, thank you for joining us this morning. Today, we're going to be talking about roles and relationships in MU Connect. And so this is intended to really focus on kind of highlighting some of the back end things set up that affect how you view different pieces and information in MU Connect and how that can help as it relates to the security process and requesting access. Lots of pieces that tie to these roles and relationships. And so we're hoping to highlight that so that everybody has a better understanding. Sam, I will turn it over to you.
Perfect. So like Rachel said, really our goal for this was to show kind of real examples of how we set this up on the back end and how this looks for you all when you log into the system and how you can navigate different screens, because sometimes it helps to like visually see how all these components work together. So the first thing that we wanted to do was we wanted to highlight a background for what these terms mean. So what does roles and what does relationships mean? So roles are the named set of privileges that determines what action and information can be seen when interacting with the system. And then the relationships, on the other hand, are those connections that you have with various groups of students based on that given role. We also wanted to highlight that the roles and therefore these relationships are added strictly on a need-to-know basis. So the access that is added is based on that information that you provide in a security request form, which we will highlight in the next slide. And then it can also be added through Canvas. If you are an instructor, you have an instructor role in MU Connect that is imported from Canvas directly. And so every staff member on campus must submit a security request to gain access to not only MU Connect, but to MyZoo and other various platforms across campus. So we wanted to highlight what this security process entails. So the first thing is that the staff member has to have an active HR appointment. They must complete the FERPA quiz in Canvas. This is relatively new with an 80% as passing. So it used to be in Precipio and now it's in Canvas. Then complete the security request form. And so that is what I mentioned in the previous slide about how we go about finding that information about what roles make sense for you all and what connections you need to have in the system. And so this form requires signatures from you, your department chair or head, and then the associate dean or the dean. In the form, what is very helpful for us and the team at MyZoo is including your job responsibilities and any services or waiting rooms that you need access to. And so those services are those student-facing pages in MU Connect. They can search for a department or a service across campus, and then you would be able to show up in that page. And then once that has all been completed, you will send that completed form and the request to MyZoo at missouri.edu. And so once MyZoo receives that information, they will confirm that our office is ready to set up that access. And so unfortunately, we aren't able to add any access until we get that final confirmation from MyZoo. And then we also wanted to highlight that we actually put this information up on our website. So if you go to this website address down here, we do have a tab that's called Request Access, and it goes through not only the process for staff to gain access, but we do now have a student staff access piece that is included that helps student staff get access, just because it's a little bit different than how staff gain access.
Sam, I'm going to pause for just a second. Is there anybody in the waiting room?
Not that I can see.
Okay, just troubleshooting.
Okay,
Thanks.
perfect. Perfect. So we just wanted to highlight a couple of examples. So roles, we talked about, those are the name set of privileges. So on the left is the screen that we actually use to set up roles and all of the information that they're able to see. So as you can see, we use the CAFNR Academic Advisor. And so we have the privilege set is those are the actions that anyone with that role can take. So downloading student data. So those are some of the reports that we can pull in the system, viewing the student folder. And then on the right is that information that they are able to see. So as you can see, this role will be able to see admissions information, courses, grades, and then student attributes and ID numbers. And so this is kind of how we go about setting up that role. And then on the right, on the left is the roles. So like we said, the CAFNR Academic Advisor, Academic Major Advisor. And so those are the actual roles on the left. So those are kind of the titles that you would see in your profile. And then on the right are the relationships. So those are the groups of students that you would have a connection to. So as you can see, the campus advisor role, the relationship is to all students on campus and to all applicants and discontinued students. And then the unit advisor would be to all CAFNR students. And we'll go over this, some examples of what academic units will be able to see as well. But just wanted to show you what that back end piece looks like and how we go about building those connections. Okay, and we also wanted to show the levels of access. So this is the typical setup for our academic units on campus. So it'll have the unit's academic advisor role. So this is actually that one-to-one connection that you have through MyZoo. So when students go into MyZoo, the name that appears in that screen for their advisor, that is imported into MU Connect through MyZoo. So we wanted to highlight that role isn't actually assigned by us in the system. This is directly imported from MyZoo. So any changes that need to be made to who your advisees are would actually need to be made directly into MyZoo. Then we have the unit's major advisor role. So this is a connection to students with certain programs or majors. So I know different units have certificate programs. You also have like BA versus BS tracks. And so these would be the types of majors that you would have access to, depending on if there's a group of students within your department that you work with. Then we have the unit advisor. So that is connection to all students within an academic unit. So for example, if you have a journalism unit advisor, that would be to all journalism students. And then we have the campus advisor role. We highlighted that on the last screen, but it is the connection to all students across campus. So the next couple of screens are going to be some examples of what this looks like in the back end. So as you can see right here, we have the connection of that campus advisor. So when the journalism campus advisor goes in and selects this connection, they will see 57,361 students. So not a small amount. And so this is that connection to all students on campus. And then if we look in the next screen to the unit advisor, we can whittle that down. We can whittle that number down a little bit more. So journalism academic unit advisor, this would be to all journalism students. And then we have 1,868 students. And then if we go even further, we can see the journalism academic advisor role. And so this particular advisor has 121 students that they have that one-to-one connection with in MyZoo. So they are listed as an advisor in MyZoo for 121 students. We also wanted to show the faculty view, just because this is a little bit different. So in that connection piece, instead of a journalism academic advisor or unit advisor role, instructors will see an instructor role, but they will also see the course name that they are tied to. So in this case, this is actually Chris's profile. So he has a connection to our test Canvas course site in Canvas. So this is directly imported from Canvas. And so they can see all of the classes that they are teaching and can select a given class that they want to look at. So for this, we selected our demonstration course. And we have 14 students that appear in that course in the Canvas site. And then the last thing that we wanted to highlight is the appointment piece. So for different units across campus, we've created academic appointment types based on the needs of the academic unit. And so we actually add access to who can add appointments and who can view different appointments based on your roles. So for example, we have an ASU academic advising appointment type. And so as we can see, the ASU academic advisor is able to add these types of appointments. They can also view these type of appointments. But we have the ANS, a student services coordinator, that can only view these types of appointments. So this means that students wouldn't be able to schedule an appointment using this appointment type with this role, but the staff member that is a student services coordinator would be able to go into a student's folder and see that they have made an appointment with someone else who they are able to schedule with. And so we have this set up so that we can kind of share this information across campus, but we also assign who can add these appointments based on role names. And so if a student outside of these roles, so for example, if we just had an academic advisor that was able to add appointments and someone that wasn't their advisee tried to schedule an appointment with them, it wouldn't actually go through. So it is important that these appointments are also based on those connections and relationships we talked about. So if you don't have a relationship to the student, they won't be able to schedule that appointment with you. And that is all we have on the slide. And I wanted to take this time. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Or any examples or scenarios that you want to run through about looking at different things? Well, short and sweet this morning. We will be posting this workshop as well as the previous workshops we've done on our website, and we'll be sending out that link probably by the end of the week. So I know apparently Zoom is experiencing a full system outage. So there were some other folks that were trying to join us and were not able to. So please share with others if you hear that they were not able to join us. And if anything comes up, you can always reach us, or if you have further questions, you can always reach us at muconnectsupport@missouri.edu or message or email any of us on the team as well. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you all.